The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
G'day there, I'm trying to work out which I like least, Elon Musk or Disney. Elon bought Twitter, turned it into X. Of course, he paid $44 billion. They say it's worth about $10 billion these days, so he doesn't care. It's worth 10 because a lot of corporates bailed because of its ugliness. Now, he argues the ugliness is actually free speech, but it's free speech at the lowest level, so it's ugly. He still defends it. It makes life for a libertarian like me hard because I like the idea of truly free speech, but as a result of that belief, I've got nothing to do with X because, of course, I have standards. But it's also apparent, as good a concept as free speech may be, when left to its own devices, it's an ugly place and vulnerable people, of course, get hurt. So that's on Elon. Disney were one of those who bailed on X because they didn't like what they see. But the Financial Times, and read the article, it's well worth it, suggests they're now heading back to X now that Trump has won the election and Trump likes Elon, and Elon might spend a lot of time at the White House, so Disney suddenly want in on the action and the influence. If that's true, and it's not just Disney, by the way, it's a whole bunch of corporates apparently, that makes them, does it not, hypocrites of the worst sort. High and mighty, but only when it suits. Full of principle, as long as they end up on the right side of things, whatever the current right side is. They are fair weather, flipping and flopping with the times. They went hopelessly woke, of course, in their movies until Bob Iger came back and said, the reason I'm back is because you're losing money, and you're losing money is because you're woke. Having principles, once upon a time, was, of course, quite the thing. It was expected. It was common. Until it wasn't. These days, corporates too often don't know who they are, so they end up moral blancmange. We saw it here during COVID, didn't we? They were furious at the government in private, but pussycats in public. You would hope there is a lesson there somewhere, and they might want to learn and do something about it. Elon is at least reasonably consistent. You don't have to like it, but he is true to his word. And it's cost him $35 billion in X. But then he found Donald and the balance has been more than rectified, so what does he care? Which ultimately, I guess, means it's Disney. I like Disney less than I like Elon. And that's saying something.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.